Today is National Call Your Doctor Day. So if you're overdue, this is a reminder for women and men for that matter, and women also, to schedule for your annual exams. And it serves as a reminder for anyone to call your doctor and schedule an appointment. Maybe you're overdue for just a physical to check things out overall. Joining us this morning to talk more about it is Dr. Asha Shahjahan. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, Rhonda. Thanks for having me.
Joining me from Beaumont Hospital. So first off, going to the doctor, sometimes you really need to arrive prepared. So what are some of the common questions that we should plan for when we're interacting with our doctor after maybe a while?
Yeah, I think one of the big things is that if you are on medication, make sure you know why you're on the medication and what they're for. A lot of times you might get prescribed medication and you're just taking it. So when you go to see your doctor, make sure you go over all of your medications, know what it's for, and then also know what are the potential side effects and how long are you expected to be on the medications that you're on. That's one question.
And
I'd say,
go ahead.
No, I was going to move on, but if you did you have anything else to say for that?
No, I was just going to say a lot of times you might be on a medication and maybe for a while if you haven't seen your doctor, and it might need to be adjusted. There might be some interactions with other drugs, or you may not even need to be on it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people may not even need them anymore. So that's always a plus. So make sure you go over your medications with your doctor.
Okay. And what's number two?
So the other thing is make sure that you go through all of your routine screenings. So asking, have I had all of my cancer screenings? So breast cancer, cervical cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, and then have you had osteoporosis screening? Go over what are the things that I need? What are the immunizations that I need? What is the blood work that I need? And then what is the routine screening that I need for my age?
Okay, and is there a third question that you really want to make sure patients ask when they come in to see their doctor?
Yeah, one thing that's really helpful is to go over your long-term and short-term goals for your treatment. So, or whatever it is that you have. So maybe it is something like weight loss. What is the short-term goal and what is the long-term goal? If you have high blood pressure, what is the short-term goal? It might be short-term goal might be medication. Long-term goal might be something like losing weight. A lot of times we just get a treatment, we have a diagnosis, but we're not really clear on what the goals should be. So I think going over asking, what are my short-term goals? What are my long-term goals?
So are you seeing specifically now, we're coming out of a pandemic, is there something common that you're seeing in your doctor's offices in the hospital right now?
Yeah, I think the thing that we're seeing is a lot of people are coming with upper respiratory illness. Meaning like cough, cold, and that's mostly, a lot of times it is the Omicron virus, and people don't think that it is just because it's been so mild lately. So I think that's been something that's been on the rise, is a lot of cough and cold. The other thing is also a lot of anxiety and depression.
Oh, yeah, that does seem to be something very high on the list in terms of mental health, although it does seem like there's challenges in terms of really getting the care that they need. Is there something that you can share in terms of that care that's offered at Beaumont?
Yeah, so in terms of the anxiety and depression, one thing that you should do is definitely come and see your doctor and see if there's any issues in terms of screening. And then after that, getting set up with a therapist or getting set up with some type of treatment. Like we said, long-term goals and short-term goals. So maybe you might need something like medication in the short term, and then seeing a therapist or seeing if there's other things that you can do naturally for yourself, such as exercise, getting enough sleep, having support systems, those types of things.
So it is National Call Your Doctor Day, so I want to wrap up because it is specific to women's health. Why is it so important, especially for women, to have that annual exam?
Yeah, it's really important for women to have their annual exam because it's important for us to make sure that we're getting our screenings that we need. And also for breast exams, it's making sure that we don't have cancer. A lot of things are preventable and we're able to find them early on. So making sure that you go in and that you're not having troubles due to stress. And what are the things that you can do to alleviate your stress? What is it that you can do in terms of your screening? So osteoporosis is very common in women. Breast cancer is something that you can avoid, cervical cancer. So ways to keep yourself healthy and happy is something that we should all focus on. And I think especially for women, especially during the pandemic, there has been a lot of stress and weight on women's shoulders. And so it's very important that we put ourselves first. And so self-care is so important. And the first step is going to see your doctor.
Oh, such great advice. Dr. Shahjahan, thank you so much for joining us this morning with those important tips to see our doctor and be prepared with what to talk to our doctors about as well.